So after a bit of a hiatus and being a little bit sick, if I start coughing and spluttering, it's the after effects of SEO Vibe Cyprus. It was an amazing event. We had an amazing time. We met some really good people, had a lot of gin and tonic. A lot of wine was consumed and a lot of exciting things happening and possibilities in the world of SEO and marketing. We had some amazing branded hats that we had at the conference, which I've been wearing out and about. It's been really cool. And this week, I wanted to talk all about Facebook groups. I touched on it on our presentation in Cyprus very briefly about communities. And there's two sides really to Facebook groups, of which I'm going to sort of dive and delve into today. The first one is utilizing Facebook groups for awareness and for sales and authority and brand recognition for your brand. Facebook groups work especially well for small businesses that don't have huge marketing budgets. For example, we work with a massage therapist and we share all of her posts into some local Facebook groups. She gets loads of engagement from it and it's cheaper than spending money on ads. I know, shock horror, but it works really, really well because we create some great content, and when we share that on those Facebook groups, people engage, whether that be offers or tips or tricks, and it sort of funnels through back to her Facebook page, and it works really well. So if you do have a local business, if you're a locksmith, if you're a plumber, if you're a heating engineer, if you're a builder, if you're a cleaner, don't worry about posting your content in those Facebook groups. Check the rules and regulations. Sometimes you can only post on specific days, but create engaging content that people will interact with and share it within those Facebook groups. People will then reshare it, they'll have a look, they'll come back onto your page and they might get in touch about your services. A great example of this is a local Facebook group that I'm in. Literally a week ago, I saw a video of a guided meditation with like some sound healing baths, really cool hippie stuff in my local Facebook group. I booked a ticket and I went on Friday. And obviously that didn't cost them anything because they shared their post. I opened up my phone on Facebook and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, that looks great. Didn't cost them anything to acquire me as a customer, and I'll be going again because it was really good fun. And a prime way of how you can utilize those local Facebook groups to sort of get some engagement with your brand and some sales along the way. And it doesn't need to be every single post that you share within those groups, just anything topical that people can resonate with, events and things like that, because so many people go into those Facebook groups, A, to moan about anything and everything, but also to look for recommendations and services as well. Also, what a lot of our smaller business clients do is I advise them when they set up their business, obviously set up a Facebook page and social media pages, but post in those Facebook groups and then mention to your friends and family. For example, if someone's looking for a cleaner, you can comment on there and recommend your friend who set up that business, and it works really well. I saw a great story on someone's Instagram recently about supporting your friend's small business like you would support a celebrity or something like that. And I thought that really resonated very well, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. Supporting each other's businesses is something that is really, really helpful and beneficial and useful. Second scenario around Facebook groups, obviously you've got the way that I just mentioned that you can use for lead generation, you can use for brand awareness, but the second way is something that's really interesting that one of my favorite clothing brands called Represent utilize and sort of have built their brand on. And what they do is they have a couple of different Facebook groups for different things, and they utilize it as a community. So people that have bought clothing from there, they can resell it if it doesn't fit them anymore, or if they don't like the fit, for example. But also, it's really beneficial because people create friendships and relationships and just talk about fitness in general, talk about men's health and things like that. So it's more of a community, and the brand has sort of built that community around those Facebook groups. They've now moved to Discord as well. So you can utilize Facebook groups for your business and for your brand. Obviously, this only works in certain circumstances. It wouldn't work for us as a marketing agency, but it could work really quite nicely. For example, the guided meditation thing that I went to, they have a Facebook group where they put in all their events, tips and tricks. They put in videos about meditation and mindfulness and health and different bits all around that. which is really useful because it's a private, closed Facebook group that you have to be invited to get in. There's no cost, but it creates a sense of community. You can also do cheeky things like putting events in there early before they go out into general sale and sort of put in a little bit of a exclusivity around it, which works quite well. You can build that community and you can sort of nurture your audience in a way that, yes, you can do on social media, but within a Facebook group, it's a little bit closer knit. You can get to know people a little bit more. You can share tips, advice, all that kind of stuff. So it works really, really well. So if you do have a business and you think it could benefit from a Facebook group, reach out to us. We can set it up. We can give you some strategy, content suggestions, and loads of different things that you can do. We offer consulting calls whereby you jump on a call with one of our team, you sort of explain your problem, and we can give you some really actionable advice and guidance and things that you can do. And we've had some really great consulting calls recently with, one of them was a social media client that we did some work with, just a one-time consulting call. She was that impressed. She wants us to do some ongoing work for her and sort of see how we can guide her in that aspect. So definitely look at Facebook groups. It is really, really worth it if it fits within your industry, if it fits within your business. Highly recommended. Represent is a huge clothing brand and they've grown so much by building out their communities. So I would highly recommend it. There you go. My take on Facebook groups is probably a lot more that we can talk about, but I like to keep these quite short and sweet. 2 different ways that you can utilize it for sales and also building a community and building a brand, especially, which is so important when it comes down to repeat purchasing as well. There we go. Stay awesome, stay safe, but most importantly, stay nerdy.